shot! He dishes off to Jones, kicks it out to Aaron Hart, 4 seconds. Oh my goodness! He makes the three!
Are you kidding me, Aaron Martin?
Well, welcome to Wildcat Week. I'm Roger Alcock. The men's basketball team is on to the semifinals of the conference tournament. Now, after a win Wednesday night, they are one step closer to capturing the Crossroads League Conference Tournament title. They took on the Cougars of Spring Arbor University last night in the first round. Now, the guys have home court advantage throughout the tournament, so that means the 8th-seeded Cougars travel to Lucky Arena for this one. And the Wildcats did not trail in the opening half as the Wildcats took the big lead. Bob Peters will hit a big three-point shot to give the Wildcats a 34-25 lead going into the locker room at the half. Now, Spring Arbor came out firing in the second half and cut the lead to 3 points. The Cougars actually then took the lead with 5 minutes to play. But then, there we see freshman Jacob Johnson hits the basket to give the Wildcats back the advantage, 62-61. The Wildcats held the Cougars to 0 points in the last 2 minutes of the ball game. They pulled away with the victory, and now the men survive the Cougar upset bid to advance after winning 71-64. DJ Bettinger led the day with some unbelievable sharp shooting. He had 18 points. Bob Peters, 15 points, and Johnny Marlin is officially back in action. He had the Wildcats, helped the Wildcats out with 9 points. The men improved to 29 wins against just 2 losses on the year, and now they move on to the conference semifinals. Mount Vernon Nazarene will travel to Lucky Arena for that ball game, which will be Saturday at 3 p.m. And we welcome in the head coach of the Wildcats, Greg Tonigal. Coach, thanks for coming on in. Well, the first half, you guys were on fire. You're up by 9 going into the locker room. Actually, I thought you started the second half well. Yeah. You built that lead up to 13, and then the bottom dropped out, didn't it?
Well, I think you got to give Spring Arbor credit. I mean, they didn't quit. They kept fighting, and they got hot. And when a team gets hot, you know, momentum can carry you, and it really did carry them. And I didn't think we did a good job of really asserting our defense and stop the bleeding, you know, per se. I think they got layups, transition. Mm-hmm. Then they hit a couple big threes. So they got down to that 3-minute mark, the bucket we just watched that Bob drove, gave it to JJ. That was very critical to stop it, get our defense set, and carry it out from there.
When you have a big lead, and then you lose that lead, all of a sudden, all the pressure is on you. Mm-hmm. I don't know if some guys got tight or not. I did think, though, that especially DJ Bettinger and Bob Peters, they had some ice water in their veins a couple times. DJ with some threes, Bob with some big drives to the basket. And those guys, to me, were the difference in this ball game in the second half.
DJ wasn't tied, I'll tell you that. Yeah. You know, 6 for 10 and had some huge shots, especially after they had tied it up. And he went 6 for 10, played an excellent game. That's what seniors do. And Bob, too. Bob likes the ball late in the game. He's not afraid to attack the basket, and thought he made good decisions doing it.
Again, in this game, you went to your bench a lot and often. Now, though, you got Johnny Marlin coming off the bench. He's still nursing that injury a little bit, but his best game probably scoring-wise after coming back from that injury. He's not played a lot, but he stepped up and hit some big threes.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for Johnny to get back 100%. Mm-hmm. We understand that, and part of it is health. Part of it is just figuring out his role because, you know, things have changed a little bit. But I thought he played well. I thought he played hard, and most importantly, he's healthy right now.
Now, with the win, you go into the semifinals against Mount Vernon Nazarene. It was a little bit of a crazy night in the conference as we were watching scores. Mount Vernon Nazarene upset Grace, a little bit of an upset there. St. Francis with a big win, but the Goshen and Bethel game came down to the wire. So the point being, it's great to have home court advantage in this tournament because some crazy things can happen, and you just never know.
I mean, exactly. You look at Mount Vernon, not only that they won, I don't think that was a surprise, it's how they did it. I mean, they scored 47 points in the first half, scored 90-some at Grace, who most considered to be the best defensive team in our league. Yeah. And then Bethel, you know, obviously goes wire to wire. I think it just speaks to the depth of our league, and there's a lot of good teams, and every night it's going to be a battle.
Senior leadership is huge this time of the year. Zach is our Defensive Player of the Year in the conference. We talked a moment ago about DJ, but want to talk a little bit more about him as we take a look at. He's dialed in right now, and if he gets a good look at a three, I guess he's got the green light.
Well, the thing that he's playing like a senior with a ton of confidence, and he's doing it on both ends of the floor. I mean, his defense has been really solid, and when you have that other guard outside of Zach that's solid, you just don't have as many breakdowns. And you know, you can't say it enough. There's something about being a senior. There's a sense of urgency, there's a sense of confidence, and to see a young man like DJ who puts in as much or more time than anybody else, I love seeing a guy reap those rewards.
Boy, that three he hit just there, that was a really big one. And this one later, you got the lead back and then you extended the lead, and those two threes were just huge in that ball game.
Yeah, they were. I mean, like you said, some guys got a little tight, not DJ. He was letting it fly, and he gives space to everybody else when he does that.
You know, you mentioned his defense. Where we sit, we're always down by the opponent's side of the floor. And so we watched the team a little bit closer second half on the defensive end. And both Perry, Frank, and I have noticed that on the defensive end, you just see a little more intensity and aggressiveness from DJ on the defensive end. He's really been getting after it.
He really has. He's putting the offensive player on their heels rather than him sitting on his heels. And just that renewed confidence has made him a better defensive player, but it's made our team better defensively.
Now, as we look at the game Saturday, you've beat Mount Vernon Nazarene twice. The second time on their floor was blew them out. You had an outstanding ball game and just shot the ball well. Everything seemed to go right. But again, it's a new season, and obviously they're playing pretty good basketball right now. If they beat Grace at Grace like they did.
Yeah, well, their last 5 games are 4-1. Beat Bethel, which beat them handedly. Beat Grace twice. Beat Spring Arbor. This is a good basketball team, and they're really rolling right now with a lot of offensive confidence.
Well, and they also have kind of the newer coaching staff, and think if they're peaking at the right time, they're as dangerous as anybody.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we had no preference. Hey, here's who we want to play, because obviously the team that wins is playing better right now.
Right.
And boy, it's going to be a challenge for us, and you know, our guys look forward to that. And I think having these 2 days to prepare, they're going to come out well prepared and give it the best shot.
All right. Well, Coach, again, congratulations on the win. You made us all a little bit nervous, so we'd ask you not to do that on Saturday. But I bet you we're not near as nervous as you guys get.
No, I mean, I don't get nervous. I get frustrated, and that's
absolutely.
the thing I got to watch out for. But, you know, I think at the end of the day, our guys have played good basketball, if not great basketball, for months now. So to have one game where it's not your best and you got to pull it out, that's good experience. That refocuses our guys. I think it's going to be good for us as we head into the next game and then postseason national tournament.
And they found a way to pull it out at the end, and that was the key. Well, again, congratulations and best of luck to you guys on Saturday. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Raj. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, when we come back, the women's head coach, Steve Brooks, will be joining us to discuss the Lady Wildcats and their huge win on Tuesday night. And later we'll be visited by a couple of track and field national champions. It's all ahead on Wildcat Week. Well, welcome back to Wildcat Week. The women's basketball team had a historic performance in their opening round of the conference tournament. The #1 seeded Lady Wildcats welcomed Bethel College to Lucky Arena, and what a performance they put on. The Lady Wildcats set a new program record by shooting 71.9% from the floor as they hit 41 of 57 shots. There you see Carly Cottrell with the layup there. The story was the same from beyond the arc, as the Wildcats hit 12 of 17 from three-point range, 70% from beyond the arc. Unbelievable. The Lady Wildcats shared the ball extremely well. Here's Katrina Blackman, Player of the Year in the conference, with a nice dish there and the layup from Chelsea Winter. The Lady Wildcats scored 21 unanswered points early on as they took control of this game early and never looked back. They utterly dominated the game, 101-53. The final score in that one, the most points scored by the Wildcats in nearly 4 years. Well, Carly Cottrell had a game-high 19 points. Tennille Krebs at 11. Chelsea Winter finished with 9 for the Cats. The Lady Wildcats improved now to 27-4 with the win and advance to the semifinals of the Crossroads League tournament. They will face Huntington in their semifinal game. That contest will tip off at 7 p.m. Friday in Lucky Arena. Well, joining us now is the head coach of the Lady Wildcats, Steve Brooks. And Coach, thanks for coming on in. First question, did we save anything for Huntington? Because, wow, it wasn't just Carly hitting from three or Chelsea. I mean, it didn't matter who came in. They were just on fire.
Someone told me that our player 6 through 15, those kids were combined 23 for 29 in the game. I don't know if that's accurate, but I do know I had the same thought that you had. I was like, boy, we better not be using all these up because we're going to need something on Friday. But, it was a really good outing for our kids. I thought they did a really good job of coming out and competing and not really looking at the scoreboard. They kept playing, and, hopefully we can do that again.
You had to be playing some fairly good defense to hold Bethel to 51 points, and they have some skill on that team. I thought Elsasser, the young girl inside, was tough, but defensively, how did you feel about your performance?
I thought for the most part we did pretty well. It's really hard when you're subbing as liberally as we subbed, and I don't want to take away anything from any of the kids, but we had a group that struggled. They gave up, probably 12 to 17 points in a pretty short period of time. But some of that's experience, some of that's just, okay, we've got to understand this is who we are and this is how we play. And, I got questioned as to why I called timeout late in the game, and that was it. Those are young players. Those are freshman kids that got to learn how to play the way we play, and defense is going to be a part of it. So.
Well, I remember that point in the game, and I think we even talked about it. It's not only young players that you are going to count on this season still, but that was on the floor at the time. I think some ladies could very well be starting for you next year, or should be starting for you, and they need that expectation would need to be set.
Exactly. And I know because I wasn't always the starter as a basketball player, and so I don't like the idea of not coaching the team. Where in my mind, there's no such thing as mop-up minutes. It's all preparation, and so I'm going to coach the whole entire game, and I want our team to play the whole entire game. And I wasn't trying to offend anybody. What I was trying to do was teach and help those kids with that very thing right there, because they are our future, and they need to understand this is the way we play.
The three-point shot, the game of basketball is different because of that. It used to be, inside so much, and as we take a look at some highlights, now you see teams that give up layups to kick out for a three, but when you're shooting the ball like this, I thought you guys did a great job of finding balance, and you knew you're hot, and you were finding different players who were open hitting threes. That time was Kelsey Key, but of course it was Carly, Jess.
I thought we did a really good job moving the basketball, and teams right now are really trying hard to stack the lane against us to take away the drive, and we have kids that can shoot, and we need to pull them out. There's a great extra pass that leads to a wide open three for Tennille. I thought we did a really good job moving the ball. Our shot selection was good, and those two things, help you shoot a high percentage.
And there we see that time it was Tennille, but Carly we saw had the big night. Tennille was effective from out there. Katrina didn't score a single point, but I don't know how many points you can really credit her with the way she distributed basketball. She accounted for a lot more than 0 points, is I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah, and nobody knows it, but the kid's been battling some illness, and I thought she did a really unbelievable job on Saturday, and had no idea how much she'd even have in the gas tank for Monday. I wasn't even going to take her on Saturday, but she really wanted to go because she's a senior and she didn't want to give a game away. She's a kid that can dominate the game without scoring, and she really did. I mean, they were focused on her, and they tried to collapse the lane, and that created wide open looks.
Well, with the win, it sets up now a rematch at home against Huntington. Huntington, the only team to beat you guys in conference play, and again, a well-coached team. Always a good matchup against Huntington. So But it does, I don't know that it matters this time of the year. No matter who you play, you got to be ready to play.
Yeah, I think our kids understand that. I think the thing with Huntington is we kind of mirror each other in our philosophy, and it makes it a more difficult game because we play so similar defensively and offensively. And hopefully we can come out and make some shots and gain some confidence. And the first game we missed shots. We missed a lot of shots. We missed some stuff at the rim. We missed some wide open looks. And hopefully we can make some of those shots and put some pressure on them.
All right. Well, Coach, again, congratulations on the win. Good luck on Saturday. We're looking forward to being there, and hopefully we're back here next
Friday.
week. Oh, excuse me, on Friday. But hopefully we're back here next week talking about a championship game on Monday.
Yes, that's what our goal is. Thank you.
All right. Well, when we come back, we'll visit with 2 indoor track and field stars and talk about their recent success at the Christian College Nationals. That's next on Wildcat Week. Welcome back to Wildcat Week. The indoor track and field teams are nearly through with their indoor season, and recently they competed in the Christian College National Meet in Ohio. Joining me, Jake Smith and Holly Leslie. They both captured first place in their events, Smith in the 50-meter hurdles and Leslie in the women's triple jump. They're here now, and guys, thanks for coming on in. And first of all, congratulations on your individual championships, and Holly, you even got the little medal that goes along with it, and sporting that. But track and field is kind of a sport where you compete as an individual for a team. Your individual marks and scores, you're always tracking those, trying to get your personal best, but you're part of a greater team too. So you have to always kind of keep both of those in mind, I guess, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, we just had a conversation about this with our coach, about kind of keeping the concentration on a team effort, because it can get so easy just to focus on your event and then not go over and support your teammates too. So it's such a crucial thing just to kind of go over and realize what other people's goals are. So going to support Holly and the triple jump, and it gets exciting too.
Now, Holly, the triple jump, it's kind of a unique, distinct event. Do they even have the triple jump in high school?
In some states they do, but in Indiana they didn't have it, so I actually didn't start it until my freshman year of college.
Yeah, so you had to pick up, and it's quite a technique-driven event. You really have to have not only that, like the athletic ability, but the technique of it is critical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, for you, what's your personal best in the triple jump? You hold a school record in it, right?
Yeah, for indoor.
Okay, and what is that?
11.52 meters.
Okay, well that's a lot farther than I can think, much less jump. But so you hold the school record in that. You've won Christian Nationals in it. You're going to NAI Nationals now. Would the goal be, as you continue on to progress, is there a mark you would shoot for in the triple jump or at NAIs that, like, this is what I'd really like to shoot for?
Yeah, it would be nice to get like 11.6, but if I don't, it's okay. I just want to compete well and have fun and support my teammates too.
Now, Jake, your first place was in the 50-meter. It's a high hurdle. What's the height of that hurdle?
It's 42 inches.
Okay. And indoor, again, it's 50-meter. Is there equivalent in the outdoor? Will you run a high hurdle in the outdoors that's 100 meters?
Yeah, it's 60-meter hurdles indoor.
Oh,
and then,
60.
Yeah, and then it transverses over to 110 meters outdoor. So.
Now, what was your winning time in the indoor?
It was 8:16.
And for you, is that personal best? Or?
Yes, yeah. So good weekend for me, and actually really good weekend overall for many of our athletes.
I know, talking to Coach Foss at different times, there are different seasons, the indoor and outdoor, but indoor you're really prepping, I guess, for outdoor season. And maybe the outdoor is more of the marquee type of season. What are the differences? Is there a major difference between getting ready for indoor and outdoor, or do you just continue the progression?
I mean, for me, it's a continuation, because I mean, it switches from the 60 to the 110s. So it's a big difference, and our focus, like you said, is on outdoor. So we're putting in this effort to have a great outdoor season.
Now, Holly, indoor, the climate is controlled.
Yeah,
the
it makes
wind,
it easier.
all that kind of stuff. You head outdoors, you might have wind, you might have cold, you could have snow. I mean, what's the key to making that transition and then competing well in the outdoor season?
It's kind of just going with it because the wind and like the weather can affect your approach. So when you warm up, it's critical to check your mark and your run through. Sometimes you might have to move forward or move back. So
one guy we were talking about before the show set a personal best was Mike Moffitt, one of your teammates, Mike Moffitt Jr. Did he jump over 7 feet? Is that what I heard?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's got to be a school record, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm. School record.
Is that a Christian College National Meet record as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exciting day for him for sure. So we're all really excited for him.
Again, talking about the team, that's a guy, I mean, that's got to pump up everyone on a team. When you see someone, you're rooting for a teammate who gets set such a great record. Does it encourage the rest of the team? Does it like kind of fire up the rest of the team to their next event to maybe push a little bit harder?
I definitely think so. I mean, it happened Friday. It was a 2-day meet. Mm-hmm. I think the whole team got really excited about that and kind of encouraged all of us to really push to the best of our efforts through the next day too. So very, very exciting for him, especially after battling injury previously. So him coming back this season and just doing so well has been awesome for him.
Jake, you're a senior. Mm-hmm. This is it for you. Holly, you're a junior. You've got one more year you have to let go. So as a senior, I imagine you're kind of looked at leadership as a leader on the team. Holly, are you expected now next year to kind of step up even more? What are the expectations for seniors on a track and field team?
I mean, we have leadership positions set, and I think we try to leave a good legacy for people. But I mean, I look up to other people like Michael that's younger than me, and Holly too, just because of the efforts that they put in day to day. So I mean, I don't think it's just for seniors to have that recognition. I definitely look up to some of these people that are younger than me. So.
Well, guys, thanks for coming on in, talking a little bit track and field. And we invite people to come out when the weather's nice, come to the outdoor meets. It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Well, thanks for joining us. Good luck at Nationals, as NAIA Nationals, and then when we move outdoors, good luck to you guys. We'll look forward to watching to see how the Wildcats do.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right. Well, both the men and the women's indoor track and field teams will be play second overall in the national meet, and they will travel next to Geneva, Ohio, for those NAIA national meets there, and that will be on March the 5th, Geneva, Ohio. Well, that's all we have for you this week on Wildcat Week, but if you have any comments or suggestions about the show, we would like to hear from you. You can write us here at the station, WIWTV 4201 South Washington Street, Marion, Indiana 46953. You can visit our website, WIWTV.com. Watch past episodes there and connect with us online at WIWTV.com. Well, we look forward to being back with you next week. So for all of us here, thanks for watching Wildcat Week.